thank you so much for joining us today. Before we kick this off, I do want to point out to the audience that we welcome questions, so please post them in the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen, and we will get to those after today's presentation. So it's my great pleasure to now turn this over to Bruce Nurse from Vision Marine. Bruce, the floor is yours, and I'll see you for Q&A at the end.
Great. Thank you, Callie. Thanks for setting this up for us. We appreciate everyone's time. Saying the market's closed. Hopefully we have a good discussion on Vision Marine Technologies. I don't know if many of you have heard of the company or seen the company, but we'll go through a presentation. With me is Alex Mongion, the founder and CEO of Vision Marine. And Alex, just give me a moment. I'll bring up the presentation, and then I'll just ask you to start off introducing yourself, and we'll go from there.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex Mongeon, CEO and founder of Vision Marine Technology. I'm an electrician by trade and also an avid boat racer. Let me start with you on, I could say, slide number 3, Bruce, please, would give you a brief understanding of what Vision is. And
okay,
also what Nautical Venture is.
I'll just point out the forward-looking statement, Alex, just so we're compliant.
Good, thank you. So if we have people on this call who are not aware of what Vision Marine Technology is, Vision Marine Technology was founded by me and a partner, Patrick Bobby, in 2012 as a small electric boat builder. Along those years, we've developed a powerful electric outboard system that could be sold to the overall market, a bit like Mercury and Honda with their outboard motors. So Vision Marine Technologies today has made or integrated 24 systems in 24 different brands of boats. Those boats were presented to us by Nautical Ventures in a way. Roger Moore, the CEO and founder, was the link between Vision Marine Technology and some large groups of boat manufacturers such as Beneteau, Winnebago, Starcraft, and other brands that we'll talk about on this presentation. Vision Marine Technology is production ready, has inventory over $9 million worth of electric motors in our factory in Montreal. We own our own technology. We developed 98% of our parts for the marine industry. And we have did over 70,000 rentals of our electric system over the past 8 years, sorry. We have filed also 12 patents. So Vision Marine Technology is a leader in the electric space, in the marine space. And Nautical Venture was our latest acquisition about 90 days ago. So June 20th, 2025, we did the acquisition of Nautical Ventures, #1 dealer in the US with 9 locations, with over $100 million in revenue on the EV side of the business. Now adding Vision Marine Technology on top of Nautical Ventures will also push more the electric boat sales. Nautical Ventures has 9 locations, all based out of the state of Florida, with a database of 5,000 customers. #1 dealership of Axopar product and Beneteau product. We were also able to get exclusive dealership agreement and also supply agreement through those product Marine Technology. We are sitting in a very good position on the Nautical Venture side with real estate equity. We'll talk about that also on the other slide, please, Bruce. Lately, we had also made some changes into the Nautical Ventures structure by expanding product that could be sold with ICE engine and also electric outboard system. We did a small restructure on the product offering at Nautical Ventures. And also we add some large boat manufacturer brand such as Nimbus, part of the new product offering with Nautical Ventures. And we have reestablished some relationship with some electric product suppliers. Seabob is one of them. We've been Nautical. When I say we, Nautical Ventures has been very powerful on the marine space, selling toys for tenders, electric toys for tenders. So electric jet skis, Seabobs, electric bicycle, and also electric windsurf and surf with the product offering. So Nautical Venture and Vision Marine Technology has a great synergy in the marine space now.
So I'll just jump in here, Alex. You know, as Alex talked about, this acquisition brings not the technology that we've developed Vision Marine over the last 6, 7 years through a tremendous amount of R&D. As Alex mentioned, this is a product that is available in the market, is on the back of various boats that a consumer can purchase today, in addition to the acquisition. Now, within that acquisition, Nautical Ventures for many years was focused strictly on selling boats. They were good at it. They were one of the top in the country selling various boats. What we have done is we brought our understanding of the entire boating space, and we're going to incorporate many different revenue verticals that is looking at keeping that consumer in-house. So we're going to be offering warranties, financing, service, maintenance, everything associated with the purchase of a boat, in addition to our electric and maintaining the electric of the various boats that we are selling. So it gives the company an opportunity now to keep that consumer in-house, generate a number of different revenue verticals to continue increasing on what Nautical Ventures has been great at, and that is generating over 100 million in sales on an annual basis. We're just bringing in new revenue sources that are going to increase the numbers as we file our financials year over year. Alex, you just want to talk a little bit about the locations currently?
Correct. The strategy behind the acquisition we made 90 days ago is pretty simple. Nautical Ventures is the #1 dealer in the US. That price was given to them this about 9 months ago by Boating Magazine. So with 9 locations, all in Florida, world, I would say boating capital of the world, with 9 locations, 2 marina, strong brand recognition. If you walk into a boat dealer and into a boat show in Florida, everyone knows about the Orange team that sells product all over Florida, Axopar brand, Beneteau, Starcraft, and the reputation of the team for supporting the boating industry has been very important for us. And now they have been trained to sell and also power their boats with electric outboards. So adding also the electric side of the product is something that made sense for us. If you're walking into a BMW dealership or a Chevy dealership or even now Cadillac, you have some ICE engine cars, but you also have the electric product offering. No one in the US in the boating space can offer you that as we speak today. Not MarineMax, not One Water, but we are the only one. We produce the electric outboards, we sell them to the OEMs, so the boat manufacturers, but now we also have licensing agreement and also have the right to sell them, service them through a dealership network. So with the strategic location that we had acquired through Nautical Ventures, is something that is pushing Vision Marine into a different pace now. And 99% of our revenue is based out of the ICE engine sales or boat sales through Nautical Ventures. But the fact is we are adding more and more electric boats into their product offering, and we are increasing our footprint on that sales side. So you will see increase in sales on the Vision side product through the Nautical Ventures distribution platform that we have in the state of Florida.
Alex, if I could add as well, Alex mentioned about the equity in some of the real estate that is currently owned within the acquisition of Nautical Ventures. We're looking at consolidating some of this real estate, which is going to allow us to tap into the equity, use that equity dollars into the operations of the company. One of the things that we're looking at, as I've mentioned, is increasing revenue verticals. And one of the areas that we want to look at, of course, is the marina itself. That is really going to be the headquarters, if you like, for Vision Marine / Nautical Ventures. And if you're looking at this image here, there's other revenue verticals that we're going to incorporate into the company, and that is dry stack. Currently, you see this marina where you've just got a huge cement slab, really, where they're storing boats. Well, we're going to build a dry stack where we could store, I don't know, Alex, 300-400 boats easily, generate good revenue dollars off that. We've got the slips that we're going to generate revenue off as well. So it's just incorporating everything into this new acquisition, the new path forward for Vision Marine, in addition to using some of that equity that's currently in the real estate to continue adding operational dollars instead of looking at the market and going back to the market to raise capital. We want to utilize the equity.
Yeah, we have a little bit over $13 million of equity in the real estate. 2 of those buildings are actually under contract. The closing date is this Friday this week, so there's going to be money coming in to the operation of Nautical Ventures. But I will also add that this marina that we have here in Fort Lauderdale, 6 minutes away from the Fort Lauderdale International Airport, will also become the training centers for boat manufacturers who are interested in purchasing direct from the Vision Marine Technology product. We are sitting on over 170 motors in our factory in Montreal. Now we are pushing the sales through our dealership network, but we also are able to sell those systems directly to the boat manufacturers and train them from our factory, and even maybe sell them if we are interested in carrying their brand. So there's a lot of value up there. It is the first marina in the US that can integrate electric outboards. The training has been done, the sales training has been done. So we have the infrastructures, the people, and also the reputation. Nautical Ventures has been selling gas boats and electric boats also since 2002. So we are the #1 in the US on that end. So, and service is something that is not part of Nautical Venture business model. Nautical Venture has been selling over $100 million worth of boat per year, but there's about $1 million in revenue for the service. And it should be 20 million. It should be 20% increase in the service side, because when you're purchasing a boat, everyone knows when you're buying a boat, it's going to be between 10 to 20% of the value of the boat in service that needs to be put on ICE engine boats per year to keep it under warranty. And they're not doing that as we speak. For the past 2 months, we've been working on that, putting programs in place, training people to increase the service side, to increase the revenue without actually having any investment to make on the nautical and vision side. Maybe we can talk about the technology on the next slide, Bruce.
Yep. Perfect. Thanks, Alex.
If we have people on this call who are not aware of what Vision has created, is the size of a 200 horsepower outboard, but it's fully electric. So we've took a marine casing made by Tohatsu. Tohatsu's providing casing, so it's the shelf of the motor for Mercury and Honda. And we have an agreement and a partnership with Tohatsu to purchase those, cover our system. So our system is about 25% lighter than your regular gas motor. It's pushing 200 horsepower. The prop, we have done dyno testing through Linamar to McLaren Engineering for 2 years nonstop on a dyno. They have created a special test cell pushing 700 volt, 24 hours per day, 7 days a week for over 24 months, validating and switching motors, making sure that everything was working in a right way, because we've been testing this system since 2015 on the water, but there's nothing better than pushing a system nonstop. A boat goes out for 2-3 hours. The dyno testing was priceless. On top of that, while we were doing the testing with McLaren Engineering, we also signed a third-party assembly agreement with Linamar. We chose to work with them with one of their 31 locations. They have a location based out of Guelph, Ontario, 6 hours away from our production site in Montreal, to do the mass assembly. So they got trained to do the assembly, and they have the know-how how to build, and the people. They have 9,000 employees up there. They have the know-how how to assembly up to 18,000 outboards per year, the day that the market will be ready to purchase those. So we have also secured some solid patents on the technology. We'll talk about that on other slides. But most of the parts that were designed or are used by our system are designed by us. Battery pack as well. So we have took a regular gas tank that you put on a pontoon or under a floor of a boat, and we have packaged a special battery pack. These are the blue parts you see here on that page. These are 2 marine certified IP67 700 volt batteries. You can run the system with 1 battery, 2 battery, and up to 3 battery. Also an inboard charger. We do not use special grid to charge our boats or our system. So basically it means that you can stop at any house that has a regular 120 volt power cord or 240, depending where you are. So every marina in the world has shore power, because ice engine boats need shore power. We are utilizing what's been put for the past 100 years on dock and marina. It's not like a car. A car, you need to go to a special charging station. You need that grid. For the boat, we have created something that it's much easier than that. Any place, the boat can be charged on the water, on your boat lift, on your trailer, anywhere, and it can also be charged through your regular Tesla charger. If the boat is on a trailer and you're stopping by a Tesla charging station, we can utilize also that part. But I've made with the team sure that those systems could be charged anywhere where you get regular power. If you're in the US, 120, in Europe, 240, no matter where you are. And that system was also CE certified to meet the European standard a few months ago, 10 months ago, for the first production boat of Group Beneteau, and that also was the first order we got from Group Beneteau, publicly traded boat manufacturers, one of the biggest boat manufacturers in the world, 9 brand, 180 different models. So we had our first order from them a few months ago. So we are also very proud of that order. When I mentioned earlier the patents, because we have system on the market now, for many years we were hiding our technology. Because systems are out, we were forced to start exposing what we have created. And most of our patents are key software protection patents to protect every communication and the data, because we're tracking and we're keeping a lot of data for the user. It doesn't exist. If you're a boater, you don't know what's your habit on the water. Do you use it for 6 hours? Do you use it for 3 hours? What type of power are you using the product for? The average boat user in the US does less than 9 nautical miles every time he takes his boat out. He's got the same habit. Does he use the full power of his system? Those data are not being tracked. We've been tracking those data. We can tell you how much mile you can do at this speed with our system. Your wife at home can know exactly what is your range at the speed you're going, your kids. We can get the actual time of charge needed. We did exactly what the cars are doing today, the new Escalade or the Tesla or the Benz. We are following the car industry on our technology. So those patents were priceless. There's 12 of them already been filed, and there's about another 13 to be filed in the upcoming months. Earlier, I've mentioned that we did 24 integration. So maybe some people on this presentation are not aware of what a full integration is. If you're a boat manufacturer and you're building 20,000 pontoons like StarCraft built 80 pontoons per day. To do a deal with StarCraft, it takes about 2 years. So basically, we choose a platform with their team and our team. We do the 3D integration. So we put everything on a drawing, making sure that it will fit. Then we get a vote on their end, which boat is the perfect one. Then we start receiving the empty boat or the empty pontoons. We put all the parts on. We train them. We show them how things will be installed. Then we do intensive testing on the water with their team, our team. And if we're successful, we do dealership presentation. So we present the product to their entire dealership network. And then if we see there's a success, we do boat shows. And we did at least, I would say, 20 to 25 different boat shows with different brands. So that's one brand. We did 24 integration on different brands over the past years. And some of them were also getting trained to do mass production assembly. On your right-hand picture, this is Cadillac, Michigan, Four Winds production site. That's Group Beneteau. They got the training how to do the assembly. And what's good on that slide is 80% of those boats are sold by Nautical Ventures with their 9 dealership. So if you're walking into a dealership owned by us now, we're going to be able to provide or to sell you an electric pontoon or an ice engine pontoon, because Nautical Ventures has the experience and the track record of selling those boats for many, many years. So it was smart for Vision to do that acquisition. We are now vertically integrated with the production and also the distribution. You want to talk about the brands we are carrying at Nautical Venture, Bruce? These are the brands that we are carrying. Go ahead.
Yeah, as Alex mentioned, you know, we've done a fair amount of integration of our eMotion powertrain on a number of boats that are offered at Nautical Ventures. You see a list of the various, whether it's a center console, a bull rider, or more importantly, the pontoons. We feel the pontoon market really is the fastest growing sector in the boat manufacturing. Pontoons, you know, I've heard about 60, 70,000 pontoons are being sold each and every year. And fortunately for us, we have partnered with some of the best pontoons that are available, and we are offering those through our dealerships in Nautical Ventures. But we're going to continue looking at these partnerships. As Alex mentioned, our eMotion powertrain technology, really the only fully electric outboard motor that's plug and play for that boat manufacturer. That boat manufacturer wants it easy and simple to integrate into their boats. And that's what we provided. It's a one-stop shop. You don't have to go anywhere to get a battery, a software, a monitoring. We provide everything. We incorporate and integrate that into the OEM's boats, make it very simple for them. And we're going to continue growing that partnership, whether it's here in the United States or in Europe. And Europe, of course, is a lot more progressive on the electric front. They're looking at banning, if not, or they're banning ICE engines on many different waterways. So we're pushing that product over there. As Alex talked about, our batteries, which are very important. And I just want to focus on that in one moment here, because everything electric comes down to the batteries. If you don't have a battery, you're not going anywhere. We own all the manufacturing and tooling behind that. We have partnered with Octillion here in the United States, Neogy out of France. We are the only marine certified battery that's available out there. We offer 1, 2, or 3 batteries for the boats themselves, and we're going to continue pushing that. We may even look at white labeling our batteries as a revenue source for the company. I'll just jump into this here. As we've mentioned, our combined revenue is roughly 153. Significant inventory that we have reduced on the floor plan. Our cash flow has been increased with the financing that we completed of $6 million. Tight cap structure, 4.9 million outstanding. Some of these warrants, some of the options are so far out of the money that I don't really include in the fully diluted, but we have roughly 6.6 million fully diluted. As I talked about, we're looking at just growing the opportunities within this acquisition of Nautical Ventures. We have various revenue sources, revenue verticals that we're going to incorporate into the overall plan for the company at our locations in Florida, whether it's maintenance, whether it's finance, warranty, whether it's dry stacking your boat for the winter months, whether it's slips, things like that. We're just going to continue growing our revenue opportunities. So that's the end of the presentation. I'd like to have Alex just talk a little bit about what we've done on the water, and we've showcased the power of electric on the water. Alex, can you just jump into this for a moment?
Oh, yeah, with pleasure. Maybe some of you on this call saw some electric boats over the past 15, 20 years. These are the Duffy types of boat doing 6 miles per hour. And when I decided to get into the electric marine space in 2012, 13, I was racing one of those boats. And the vision was to get those boats electric and be as fast or even faster than what you were racing with the Mercury engines. People thought I was crazy. So moving forward, we saw in 2020 Jaguar, the car company, taking the E-Pace electric racing car motors and built a small 20 feet hydroplane boats and reach out a speed of 88 miles per hour, $20 million investment, a huge crew, 2 years of work. So when we saw that, I said, you know what, we need to make people understand that our systems are pretty fast. So I called a friend of mine, Sean Torrente, 13 times world champion in the boating space. I told Sean, let's build a boat that will smash those records. So we went out, and in, I would say, 2 months, we've built a small electric boat that was built out of Miami. It's called a Hellcat boat. And we pushed the boat at 109 miles per hour in 2022. And was very good for the team. It was a great team building. We got sponsored by different suppliers, and it was a decent stunt. But we said, you know what, we will take an official race boat that was racing on the circuit. And that's the blue boat we have on that page. And that boat is an official racing boat that race over the world. And we swapped the engine and put electric motors on, the emotion system with the batteries. And we pushed this boat in front of 500,000 people at Lake of the Ozark in 2023 at over 116 miles per hour on a 3/4 mile course. So just to show to people that it does work, it's powerful, and it's pretty simple. So you can watch the documentary. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called Can't Stop, Won't Stop. They follow us, and we've built that boat from scratch. So the boat and the system. in less than 28 days. So you got the full documentary. And you also have at the end of that documentary the product offering of Vision Marine through their different brands of boats that we can actually sell to the consumer as we speak today. So electric boats are the real deals, like the cars. We are in 2010 with Tesla. This is where we are with the boating space. So we have a few. We are the only one doing that, as I would say, power size wise. There's a few manufacturers like Mercury and Yamaha who are doing 2-3 horsepower motors, but you cannot push your family or push a boat over 10 miles per hour. We don't build and sell boats that are not doing at least 30 miles per hour.
Thanks, Alex. Callie, love to
Yeah.
jump into any questions that may be out there. I think there's quite a few that have come through. So
yep. So I'll facilitate those.
Okay.
And so how do you plan to scale your production and distribution to meet the projected growth in the electric boating market?
Linamar is our partner. They got trained and they can build up to 18,000 outboards per year. Where we are now in Montreal, we can build up to 300 outboards per year. The second the order comes in and we are actually swamped with production, a few weeks later, production is going through Guelph, Ontario to Linamar. It's a 4 billion market cap company, also NASDAQ listed. So we were ready 3 years ago for that. We were getting ready once we start taking order from Group Benito.
And then what are your specific strategies to continue to compete against larger, more established marine companies in some of the... Yeah.
No, we would love to see Mercury or Yamaha or Honda coming with something close to our power. Our life will change because the time and the effort needs to get into that space of power will take them 2-3 years, but it would be so priceless to have. So we are comfortable, and it will be smarter for them to acquire us than try to mimic what we did over the past 10 years. So the time and the effort made to get that thing done, and the patents and the filing and the testing made by McLaren. And keep in mind, when we do dyno testing, a window is blocking, is the space where we do the dyno testing. I've got a Mercury engine on the one side, gas motor, and the other one I've got a Honda motor. So I know and they know what we're doing. So we would love it. I don't feel competition. I need that. Tesla doesn't have any competitor. They want Mercury and not Mercury, but Honda and Volkswagen and all those groups to build electric cars. The thing is to change the industry. I don't want to change the world, but I would like to get 1% of the market per year. And the numbers of gas motor outboard sold per year, in 2020, they were already at 330,000 outboard sold only in the US per year. We would like only to track 1% of that market. That's only for the US. And now the system is certified for the European market as well. It's about 3 times bigger than the US market. So we're ready for that.
Yeah,
and what?
Callie,
Oh, go ahead, Bruce. Sorry.
Yeah, Callie, if I can add, Mercury, of course, being the biggest player on the powertrain sector in the boating space, they currently do have electric outboards, but our focus has been high performance, meaning it's a motor that gives that consumer the ability to get from point A to point B to the marinas, to wherever they're going, the sandbars, quickly get that wakeboarder up, get the tuber up, get the skier up. That's what we provide to the consumer. These low horsepower electric motors, 50 horse and below, they can't do it on a boat that's 18 to 30 foot wide. So our focus is to compete in that sweet spot of the powertrain market. That is 175 to 225 horse. We market ours at 180 horse. As everyone knows, with electric, you've got peak and constant. Peak off our motors, you're hitting, I don't know, 230, 235, and then you get down to that constant 180, and that's why we market it. But it gives that product to the consumer, knowing they can enjoy the day on the water, get there quickly versus low power. And we'll continue focusing on high performance outboard motors. Again, as Alex mentioned, love to see Mercury or one of the big players come in with a high performance outboard motor, but it's not happening. And the other aspect of this, of course, going back to batteries. batteries are key. We are the only ones with a marine certified battery globally. Mercury did a deal with a Chinese group on their batteries. I'm not going to say either way, but we believe that we've got a better battery from density, efficiency, range, etc., that we offer into the marketplace.
Great. And then what are the plans for expanding your dealership network beyond North America and your timeline that you think getting into international markets?
I would like to get the company in a great position on their service side. We need to get better in our service and training on our service side. Once that milestone has been achieved, I would say 12 to 18 months, then we're going to start exploring that avenue. But we still have weakness on the US market side. There's no great dealership network offering service. And the next boat's been sold with the service of the first boats. So the service sells the next boats, and it doesn't exist. It's just like cars. When you're buying a car, you get calls, you get phone calls by the dealerships to do the service on your car, the oil change. On boats, it doesn't exist. You're left alone with the product. And that's what I'm on for the past 60 days. And I will be on till we're fully on that. And the revenue will be, I need the revenue to increase on the service side and training side for the staff to give a better service. And then we're going to explore that avenue.
And Alex, if I can add as well, as I mentioned earlier, with our eMotion Powertrain, we are looking at partnerships with other boat manufacturers. So within those boat manufacturers, they have their own dealership network. Our focus is looking at Europe as well as here in the US. We just know Europe is a lot more progressive on the electric front. So we are continuing. I know Alex was in Germany here last week talking to a couple of boat manufacturers with regards to OEM partnerships for our eMotion technology, alongside continuing building the revenue verticals within our own network of dealerships in Florida. So that's just going to be the combined efforts for the company going forward.
Would also add, now we're speaking about Nautical Ventures because we own Nautical Ventures. We have 9 locations. But when I present to the group Benito, they got 400 dealerships. They're customers of ours. And Winnebago, 409. StarCraft, 420. So the goal is to use those manufacturers with orders to use them as soldiers to sell the product through their dealership network. It's going to be much, much easier when the market will adopt the product to sell direct to those boat manufacturers, and then they use their distribution network. So now it's only for, I would say, a window of 3 to 4 years, Nautical Venture will be powerful for vision. But when the market will get to that level of electric boats and product, will be ready because the training has actually been done and the integration has been done. So it's smarter for us to use them than buy our own dealership network and then expand on that. Or in Europe, it's better for us to take care of those manufacturers.
And then what are your biggest risks and challenges that you see in the next 12 to 24 months, and how will you handle them?
The adoption is we cannot control the adoption of the market. So we have to train them, have the product on the water. As I mentioned, we were maybe in 2010, 11 with Tesla. So the adoption, we cannot control that. The product is ready. The product is good. Once you're on it, my biggest challenge is to put you on a boat. If you're in the market for a boat and you walk into one of the dealers and I give you the options of the electric and the gas boats, it's a slam dunk. It's electric right away. That's my biggest challenge, is to take you from your house to my dealer, or if you're in the market, just to make sure that you're around me so I could put you on an electric boat. I don't have a challenge. It's more about the adoption of the market.
Yeah, it's Callie, and it's an education process as well. I'm just going to state something. This going back many years at the Miami International Boat Show, we were showcasing our eMotion technology, and a couple of individuals walked by and they saw electric outboard motor, and they said, that's a golf cart on the water. So what we're trying to do is showcase to the consumer through education that it's not a golf cart motor on the water. We hit 116 miles an hour on a 3/4 mile track. This is an outboard motor that's going to give you more power and speed. And of course, off the line, the torque is just going to blow you out of the water. And it's noiseless, no carbon emissions, really not a lot of maintenance associated to this. And more importantly, for the consumer, it costs you $5-10 to recharge that battery versus $200-300 for gas. That's what the consumer's looking at. So it's an education process, and that's what Nautical Ventures provides Vision Marine. For the longest time, we were relying on the boat manufacturer to take our eMotion powertrain and getting on the back of their boats and selling it out to the consumer. We have taken control of that. We now sell traditional engines, traditional boats, gas. We're not getting rid of gas anytime soon. So we're going to benefit from that for revenue purposes, but now we can educate the audience, the consumer, the clients that have come into Nautical Ventures showcasing eMotion powertrain on the back of the boats. And that's where the education's going to come from here in the United States. We know it's happening in Europe. We are pushing this product in Europe right now with our partners there, but here in the US, it's coming. And more importantly, it's going to be pushed by your cities, your states, your municipalities, where they're looking at banning ICE engines on various waterways.
Great, thank you. And then lastly, can you talk about your current cash burn rate and how do you plan to fund future expansion?
With pleasure. The burn rate on the Vision side with the production, we are a little bit under $125,000 per month. We've been decreasing heavily on that end. We don't do any more integration. We only do assembly for the system that's being delivered to the Nautical Venture Group and our customers. So that's a very good news on that end. On the Nautical Venture side, the cash burn is actually sustained by the sales we have through the sales of ICE engine boats. Nautical Ventures has been positive, cash flow positive for the past 10 years, except in 2024, in regards of the high inventory that they had in stock. When we did the acquisition, when we started working on the acquisition, they had over $70 million of floor plan. Now we're down to $27 million. I'm aiming to get the floor plan around $12 to $13 million by November this year. So should be cash flow positive on that end very soon with the Nautical Venture side. So there's no cash burn has actually been covered by the sales we have through the leadership network.
And Callie, I can, with going forward, we are looking at the equity in a couple of the real estate properties that we have. We're consolidating, which it makes a lot of sense to consolidate our real estate. So we're going to utilize that capital for operation purposes. It's not going into the pockets of Nautical Venture shareholders or Vision Marine shareholders. It's actually going into the operations to continue. We'll continue adding new revenue sources to the company that will hit that bottom line, generate cash for us. So it's a great looking future for the company. I'd like to, if we're looking at closing it off here, Callie, I just want to kind of mention a couple of things. Currently, Vision Marine is trading at $1.40, roughly. I think that's where it closed, $1.44 today, I believe. We've got 6 million fully diluted. Again, I discount a few of those warrants and options because they're so far out of the money. That puts the company at a $7 million market cap. We have tremendous shareholder equity in this company. If you're looking at the cash that's on the balance sheet, you're looking at the equity, the inventory, both on eMotion powertrain technology side, as well as the boats that are on our floor. So that's the future of the company right there. And we've got the capital that we need currently. Not looking at going to the market again at this stage. That's a decision the board and management will make, but we are well funded with great opportunities in front of us. And as Alex mentioned, the partnerships that are coming in, whether it's boat manufacturers, the OEMs, or some of these other boat players that are water toys. They're looking at us as a partner going forward. So that's going to generate significant revenue for the company.
That's great. And yeah, that did conclude the questions. And thank you for the final comments. Alex, I don't know if you have anything final to say before we close out.
No, we have inventory, that we have paid inventory, and that's how we are actually being able to sustain the company. So equity, inventory, and we're moving our inventory. We do, as an example, the Axopar boats prior to the acquisition. I had 83 Axopar boats in stock. Now I'm down to 13, and it's only been 5 months. So Axopar is one of the most popular boats you can buy on the market, and we are the #1 in the world. So the inventory is melting. We're doing good on the sales side. And Nautical Venture side was a great acquisition for Vision, and now we have a way of moving our inventory through Nautical Venture.
That's great. Well, thank you, everyone. And for anyone out there that is interested in learning more about Vision Marine, please reach out to me. Everyone has my email address. I'm happy to facilitate an introduction. And in turn, they will have all of your information as well. So I want to thank everyone for coming today. And thank you, Bruce and Alex, for showing us Vision Marine. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day.